Hello, my name is Amy Galarza. Today I'm going to record a video about the subject language testing, and the main topic is the five principles of language assessment. And I'm going to start explanation this topic. Have you ever talked about how you assess or how your test is planified or is structured? If your answer is not, or you ever think about this, well, if you don't notice this, I can tell you that every test or every language assess that you ever did have these five principles: is practicality, reliability, validity, authenticity, and watchback. Practicality. The first principle is practicality. In my own words, the principle of practicality is the way the teacher organize the information that he or she put into the test, into the assess, the planification, the structuration, the time he or she wants to do this exam, to do this test, to do this assess, the interpretation of the results. That is a practicality for me. It's basic. Use your assess as a planification, as a good planification of the test, the time, the planification, the structure, the interpretation of the results, and also the what shows the results. The second principle of language assessment is reliability. I have a quotation from J.M. Sullivan, and he said that reliability essentially means consistent or dependable results, and reality is a part of the assessment of validity. And the next slide, it's validity, and I want to clarify the reliability and validity has a symbiotic relationship together, and that the two are necessary principles that have a relationship and complemented each other. For me, for my own words, reliability is basic and trust the process, but the process here is the trust the assessment as a confidence. And in an example for better understand is for example, in academic, in a English academic, I don't know, a professor used the same test with two different students or with two different classes, with the same test at the same level of English, and based in the results of this test in the two classes. If these results are similar, the test shows is reliable, and is confidence and is trust. That is reliability. Basic is a trust of the test of the assess is correctly, and the professor obtain what he wants of the test, what knowledge he wants to show, he wants to transmit to the students. And that reliability refers to whether an assessment instrument gives the same results, as I said, each time it used it in the same student with the same type of subjects. The third is validity. Now I said in the other slide is validity. For me, and that I know about validity, always to show a clear purpose in the test, in the language assessment, and making that validity is the first step to obtain a good test. For me, validity is a useful tool to measurement accurate or consistent in a test. Also, the principle is related with reliability, as I said in another slide. Together provide a good relationship as a symbiotic relationship basic, and valid assessment should have to should have to know to shows coverage of criteria about skills, about knowledge, and about concepts. The validity basically is the validation of the knowledge that teacher transmit or that teacher share with the student throughout the test. Yeah. The fourth principle of language assessment is authenticity. And the authenticity is basic, the based in the results of the test, or based in the content of the test, based on the content of the test. This principle is used focused on a student's knowledge, using skills or put into the test, into the program of the assess, useful knowledge to the student that they can use in a real life when he finishes the process of learning a new language. It's like authenticity in learning, using their skill in a real life. In other words, the principle is to know the right way to teach to your students real skills that he can or she can use in the real life, and this knowledge will be useful for them, and not unuseful thing like, I don't know, scientific names or something that he don't use in a real life, he don't use in the normal days. And finally, the five principle in language assessment is the washback. In my research, in my investigation about this, was a little bit confused, but I think the washback or the backwash is an effect, is a collateral effect to students when they finish the assessment, the language assessment, the test, or the final test, the final program, or the final process of learning and teaching, is the results they obtain. For me, is this effect leave the test on the students' learning. In other words, is a collateral effect. This refers to the impact the test leave in the students' minds, the knowledge that the students can acquire about the test, the final test, the washback. And with this principle, the teacher and also the students can improve the weakness and the weakness in learning and teaching process. That's all of my presentation. Here, this my reference that I use for my research. I'm glad to stay here and participate in this video recording. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Okay.